Hi, I'm Jeremy Knackert from the Rock and Roll Grill doing correspondence for Kevin tonight. We are out camping up in northern Arizona at the Canyon Point Campground. And tonight we're going to show you some new techniques where you can cook right over an open flame. Tonight we're doing shrimp, we're doing beef, and we're doing chicken. And the rock and roll shrimp, and we're doing the, what's the beef? The beef is the orange and teriyaki beef, and then the chicken's going to be lime, honey, and sriracha. And what we're going to do is just show you a few simple techniques. The first one I'm going to do here is same thing as you've seen before on the grill, where you're going to take your olive oil, put it on a paper towel and a pair of tongs, and you're just going to go down and soak some of the grate just to get it prepped. We use olive oil, we use healthy things on the Rock and Roll Grill. Kevin would be so proud of me. Hi, Kevin. Kevin's not here, so I'm doing the work for him tonight. You also want to make sure that if you're going to be cooking over an open flame in a fire ring, that the coals are nice and hot. You want to make sure that that meat gets cooked through, and then you'll know it'll be safe and none of your camper friends are going to get sick. So I'm going to come right back in just a few minutes to show you what it's going to look like with the shish kebabs on the grill. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Welcome back. What we're doing right now is going to just be doing a little bit of preparation. And one thing you really want to pay attention when you're doing these kinds of things, if you're using metal skewers or bamboo skewers, there's a couple different things you need to pay attention to. For the wood ones, you soak them for about half an hour in water. This way, when you put them on the grill, they're not going to burn through. Sometimes they can burn through and just everything falls apart and it's kind of a mess. When you're using metal skewers, like we have for the beef here, you use a flat skewer if you can find it that's a steel tip, and that way it cooks through a lot more evenly, and the flat part actually keeps the meat sort of in place. So what we're going to do is, I'm breaking my own rule because we ran out of steel skewers, and I'm going to just put some of the chicken on the wood skewers. And this is just really simple. You want to make sure that each of them are just spaced out just a little bit, not a lot. That way it can cook thoroughly on over a flame and not have any spots. And this is especially with chicken. You don't want to have that with chicken at all.
It's the southern part of Chile. It's like down, but I learned so much.
As you can see, my lovely assistants have helped me and put a lot of these on the skewers already. I appreciate it. Thank you, ladies. And the other thing I want to mention real quick too is that you're noticing that I'm putting everything, all of one thing on one skewer. And the reason I'm doing that is because of the different cooking temperatures that you want for these. And no, I guess it's not as much fun, and you can talk to a bunch of different people, and everybody has their own method as far as, all the flavors kind of coming together on the skewers. And that's true. It is very true. But the problem you have is that many times it's just not cooked correctly. You might have something that's completely burnt off on one side, and you might have something undercooked on another one. So I like to put them on different ones. But whatever technique you use is just fine too. So I'm going to keep putting these on skewers, and I will be back in just a couple of minutes to explain more about what you need to look for when you have the skewers over the open flame. So welcome back. We got the food all ready to go and put on the grill. Now there's a couple different things we need to look at, and right now we got some nice hot coals on the fire. And what we're going to do is I'm going to cook the chicken first, because the chicken's going to take, normally on a grill it takes about 15 to 20 minutes for that to cook through thoroughly. Now because of it being on an open flame and we don't have a grill that's going to take that heat and keep it hotter, we're just going to keep an eye on it and see what works. And once we have this added, then we're going to add the other things. Now we already have this oiled up, so we're going to set them in place. And then once they're set in place, we're just going to make sure that they're turned. Like I said, keeping a close eye on them. And I have a lot of hungry campers, so hopefully everything cooks quickly.
Yeah, we're hungry.
Hungry campers. Those are good-looking kebabs.
These are just the chicken ones. Now these ones are made with lime, honey, sriracha, garlic, olive oil, and what's the other thing?
The dip?
Oh, cilantro. There's also cilantro. What I'm doing right now is checking the temperature of the chicken, and right now it is not nearly close enough, so we're going to let it sit on here a little longer. I lifted the grill grates a little bit because it was getting a little too warm, and it's very difficult to cook over an open flame just because of the very temperature. We want the chicken to be 165 degrees before it's actually safe for us to consume. Finished the chicken, and now we're going to do the shrimp. Now the good thing about the shrimp is it's going to go really fast. I did pre-cooked shrimp, so we just want to make sure it's warmed up. We don't want to overcook it because what's going to happen is it's going to turn to rubber. So we're just going to add the shrimp back on the Barbie. And there's probably an Australian joke in there somewhere. We've all been doing shots of tequila.
Latex rubber or I mean real rubber or latex imitation rubber?
You know, I found it was like the rubber of pencil erasers. That's kind of
I don't think that's actually rubber.
That's kind of what it reminded me of. I remember in college that they would make shrimp and steak night, and they would overcook it.
Don't film me.
It was awful.
I'm the antagonist.
It was bad. So we got the shrimp on going right now. I already flipped it once, and like I said, you only want to leave that on there for about 2 minutes. 1 minute per side. It's pre-cooked shrimp. It cooks very fast, and we don't want it to turn into rubber. So right now I'm adding the zucchini and the squash. The zucchini and the squash is going to take a little bit longer than the other vegetables because they are more
Phallic.
not. Did you say phallic? Not phallic.
I think I just compared
They're a more robust. They're a more robust vegetable. So we're gonna leave these on here for about. I'm gonna flip them after about 5 or 6 minutes.
I've had it for about 3 or 4
And
years.
I still have some more room, so I'm gonna add some more stuff. I still have a little room on the grill, so we're adding the rest of the vegetables. I'm not going to be able to put them all on here, I don't think. Some of these are not going to take very long, and basically you just want to look and make sure they're not burned. And that's how you do that. Yeah? Ooh, gosh, it's smoky.
I'll make some soon for
The beef smells yumsters.
This is the orange teriyaki. Oh my God.
And this is the finished product.
Oh yeah. So we're just making the plates right now and putting everything on, and we're gonna see how it all tastes. And hopefully we're not gonna have any trips to any hospitals for salmonella poisoning. But
Because we
checked. Gonna happen.
We checked the temperature.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to. Tequila doesn't lie to me. And
Go.
so welcome back. We have our plates loaded. We got our beers going. We drank some shots of tequila. We're gonna keep rocking out away here at the campground. I want to remind you to inspire and rock, and join us next week on the Rock and Roll Grill.